Hi, and welcome back to the Bible in a Year live project. My name is Ricardo.
My name is Sashel, and today we'll be reading from 1 Kings 5 through 6, 2 Chronicles 2 to 3 from the Amplified Version. Let's begin.
Hiram, king of Tyre, sent his servants to Solomon when he heard that they had anointed him king in place of his father. For Hiram had always been a friend of David. Then Solomon sent word to Hiram, saying, "You know that David my father could not build a house for the name of the Lord his God because of the wars which surrounded him, until the Lord put his enemies under his feet. But now that the Lord my God has given me rest on every side, there is neither adversary nor misfortune. Behold, I intend to build a house to the name of the Lord my God, just as the Lord said to my father David, your son, whom I will put on your throne in your place, shall build the house for my name and presence. So now, command that they cut cedar trees from Lebanon for me, and my servants will join your servants and will give you whatever wages you set for your servants. For you know that there is no one among us who knows how to cut timber like the men of Sidon." When Hiram heard the words of Solomon, he rejoiced greatly and said, "Blessed be the Lord this day, who has given David a wise son over this great people." So Hiram sent word to Solomon, saying, "I have heard the message which you sent to me. I will do everything you wish concerning the cedar and cypress timber. My servants will bring the logs down from Lebanon to see, and I will have them made into rafts to go by sea to the place that you direct me. Then I will have them broken up there, and you shall carry them away. Then you shall return the favor by providing food for my household." So Hiram gave Solomon all the cedar and cypress timber he desired, and Solomon gave Hiram 20,000 cores of wheat as food for his household, and 20 cores of pure oil. Solomon gave all these to Hiram each year. The Lord gave Solomon wisdom, just as he promised, and there was peace between Hiram and Solomon, and the two of them made a treaty. King Solomon levied forced laborers from all Israel, and the forced laborers numbered 30,000 men. He sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month in shifts. 1 month they were in Lebanon, and 2 months at home. Adonorium was in charge of the forced laborers. Solomon had 70,000 burden bearers and 80,000 stonemasons in the hill county of Judah, besides Solomon's 3,300 chief deputies who were in charge of the project and who were in charge of the people doing the work. The king gave orders, and they quarried great stones, valuable stones, to lay foundation of the house with cut stones. So Solomon's builders and Hiram's builders and the men of Gebel cut and chiseled the stones and prepared the timber and the stones to build the house. Now it came about in the 418th year after the Israelites came out of the land of Egypt, in the 4th year of Solomon's reign over Israel, in the month of Ziv, which is the 2nd month that he began to build the Lord's house. The length of the house which King Solomon built for the Lord was 60 cubits, its width 20, and its height 30 cubits. The porch in front of the main room of the house was 20 cubits long, corresponding to the width of the house, and its depth in front of the house was 10 cubits. He also made framed window openings for the house. Against the wall of the house, he built extensions around the walls of the house, around the main room and the Holy of Holies, and he made side chambers all around. The lowest story was 5 cubits wide, the middle was 6 cubits wide, and the third was 7 cubits wide, for he made offsets in the walls all around the outside of the house so that the supporting beams would not be inserted into the walls of the house. While it was being built, the house was built of stone, prepared and finished at the quarry, and no hammer, axe, or iron tool of any kind was heard in the house while it was under construction. The entrance to the lowest side chamber was on the right side of the house, and they would go up winding stairs to the middle, and from the middle to the third. So Solomon built the house and finished it, and roofed the house with beams and boards of cedar. Then he built the extensions against the entire house, each 5 cubits high, and they were attached to the house with timbers of cedar. Now the word of the Lord came to Solomon, saying, "Concerning this house which you are building, if you will walk in my statutes and execute my precepts and keep all my commandments by walking in them, then I will carry out my word with you which I made to David your father. I will dwell among the sons of Israel and will not abandon my people Israel." So Solomon built the house and finished it. He built the walls of the interior house with boards of cedar from the floor of the house to the rafters of the ceiling. He overlaid the interior with wood, and he overlaid the floor of the house with boards of cypress. He built 20 cubits on the rear of the house with boards of cedar from the floor to the ceiling. He built its interior as the sanctuary, the Holy of Holies. The house, that is, the temple in front of the Holy of Holies, was 40 cubits long. The cedar on the house within had wood carvings in the shape of gourds and open flowers. Everything was cedar, no stone was visible. Then he prepared the Holy of Holies within the house in order to put the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord there. The Holy of Holies was 20 cubits in length, 20 cubits in width, and 20 cubits in height. And he overlaid it with pure gold. He also overlaid the cedar altar with gold. Solomon overlaid the interior of the house with pure gold, and he drew chains of gold across the front of the Holy of Holies, and he overlaid that with gold. Then he overlaid the entire house with gold until the whole house was finished. He also overlaid the entire altar, which was by the Holy of Holies, with gold. Within the Holy of Holies, he made 2 cherubim of olive wood, each 10 cubits high. One wing of the cherub was 5 cubits long, and the other was also 5 cubits long. It was 10 cubits from the tip of one wing to the tip of the other. The other cherub was also 10 cubits. The measurement and cut of the 2 cherubim were the same. The height of one cherub was 10 cubits, as was the other. He put the cherubim inside the innermost room of the house, and their wings were spread out so that the wing of one touched one wall, and the wing of the other cherub was touching the other wall. And their inner wings were touching each other in the middle of the house. Solomon also overlaid the cherubim with gold. He carved all the walls of the house all around with carved engravings of cherubim, palm-shaped decorations, and open flowers, the inner and the outer sanctuaries. He overlaid the floor of the house with gold, the inner and outer sanctuaries. For the entrance of the Holy of Holies, he made 2 doors of olive wood, the lintel and the 5-sided doorposts. So he made 2 doors of olive wood, and he carved on them carvings of cherubim, palm-shaped decorations, and open flowers, and overlaid them with gold. And he hammered out overlays of gold on the cherubim and palm decorations. Also, he made for the entrance of the sanctuary 4-sided doorposts of olive wood. The 2 doors of cypress wood, the 2 leaves of the one door turned on pivots and were folding, and the 2 leaves of the other door also turned on pivots. He carved cherubim, palm-shaped decorations, and open flowers on the doors, and overlaid them with gold, evenly applied on the carved work. He built inner courtyard with 3 rows of cut stone and a row of cedar beams. In the 4th year, the foundation of the Lord's house was laid. In the month Ziv, in the 11th year, in the month of Bul, that is the 8th month, the house was finished throughout all its parts in accordance with all its specifications. So he built it in 7 years.
Solomon will build a temple and palace. Now Solomon decided to build a house, temple for the name of the Lord, and a royal palace for himself. So Solomon assigned 70,000 men to carry loads, 80,000 men to quarry stone in the mountains, and 3,600 to supervise them. Then Solomon sent word to Hiram, king of Tyre, saying, "As you dealt with my father David and sent him cedars to build himself a house in which to live, please do the same for me. Observe, I am about to build a house for the name of the Lord my God, dedicated to him, to burn fragrant incense of sweet spices before him, to set out the showbread continually, and to offer burnt offerings morning and evening on Sabbaths, new moons, and on the festivals of the Lord our God, as ordained forever in Israel. The house I am going to build will be great, for our God is greater than all the gods. But who is able to build a house for him? Then the heavens and even the highest heavens cannot contain him. Who am I to build a house for him, except as a place to burn incense before him? Now send me a man who is skilled to work in gold, silver, bronze, and iron, and in purple, crimson, and blue fabrics, and who knows how to make engravings, to work with the skilled men who are with me in Judah and Jerusalem, who my father David provided. Send me also cedar, cypress, and algum timber, for I know that your servants know how to cut timber in Lebanon. And indeed, my servants will work with your servants to prepare for me an abundance of timber, because the house I am about to build will be great and wonderful. And I'll give to you your servants who cut timber 20,000 measures of crushed wheat, and 20,000 measures of barley, and 20,000 baths of wine, and 20,000 baths of olive oil. Hiram to assist. Then Hiram, king of Tyre, replied in a letter sent to Solomon, "Because the Lord loves his people, he has made you king over them." Hiram said also, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, who made heaven and earth, who has given King David a wise son, endowed with discretion and understanding, who will build a house for the Lord and a royal palace for himself. Now I am sending a skilled man, endowed with understanding, Huram-Abi, the son of a Danite woman and a Syrian father. He is trained to work in gold, silver, bronze, iron, stone, and wood, in purple, blue, and crimson fabrics, and in fine linen. He is able to make any kind of engraving and to carry out any design given him. He will work with your skilled men and those of my lord David, your father. Now then, let my lord send to his servants the wheat, the barley, the oil, and the wine of which he has spoken. We will cut whatever timber you need from Lebanon and bring it to you on rafts by sea to Joppa, so that you may take it up to Jerusalem." Then Solomon took account of all the aliens in the land of Israel, like the census that his father David had taken, and they were found to be 153,600. He assigned 70,000 of them to carry loads, and 80,000 to quarry stone in the mountain, and 3,600 as overseers to make the people work. The temple construction in Jerusalem. Then Solomon began to build the house of the Lord in Jerusalem on Mount Moriah, where the Lord appeared to his father David, in the place that David had prepared, on the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. Solomon began to build on the 2nd day of the 2nd month in the 4th year of his reign. Dimensions and materials for the temple. Now this is the measurement of the foundation which Solomon laid for the house of God. The length in cubits by the old standard of measure was 60 cubits, 90 feet. And the width was 20 cubits, 30 feet. The porch in front of the house was as long as the width of the house, 20 cubits, and the height was 120 cubits. He overlaid it inside with pure gold. He overlaid the main room, the holy place, with cypress wood, and overlaid it with fine gold, and decorated it with palm trees and chains. And he adorned the house with precious stones, and the gold was gold from Parvaim. He also overlaid the house, the holy place, with gold, the beams with the thresholds, and its walls and its doors, and he carved cherubim on the walls. Now he made the room of the Holy of Holies. Its length equaling the width of the house was 20 cubits, and its width was 20 cubits. And he overlaid it with 600 talents of fine gold. The weight of the nails was 50 shekels of gold. He also overlaid the upper rooms with gold. And in the Holy of Holies, he made 2 sculptured cherubim and overlaid them with gold. The wingspan of the cherubim was 20 cubits. One wing of one cherub was 5 cubits, reaching to the wall of the house, and his other wing of 5 cubits touched the other cherub's wing. The wing of the other cherub of 5 cubits touched the wall of the house, and his other wing of 5 cubits touched the wing of the first cherub. The wings of these cherubim extended 20 cubits. The cherubim stood on their feet, their faces toward the holy place, the main room. He made the veil between the holy place and the Holy of Holies of blue, purple, and crimson colors, and fine linen and embroidered cherubim on it. He also made 2 pillars for the front of the house, 35 cubits high, and the capital on the top of each one was 5 cubits. He made chains like a necklace in the inner sanctuary and put them on the top of the pillars. And he made 100 pomegranates and put them on the chains. He erected the pillars in front of the temple, one on the right, the other on the left, and named the one on the right Jachin, may he establish, and the one on the left Boaz, in him is strength. Here ends the reading of God's holy word. We honor it by saying, Amen.
Don't forget, you can join us every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. for a live discussion on what we read this week. The details for that Zoom meeting are in the description below, or you can find them on our website at Biayl.Project.com.